Good morning, passport holders. Today, December 26th, 2017, making today day 11:52, and it's been a weird one. I went to bed around midnight, which is a totally normal time for me to go to sleep. Woke up at 1:10, wide awake. Could not go back to sleep until after 4 a.m. So I officially got my day started at around 9, which is a lot later than I wanted to. I'm trying to push my wake up time back to 7 a.m. ish, so that I can start to get some other stuff done before I start to work. And then on top of that, with the travel to Maine, we're going to be starting around, I think every day we're going to be shooting to start between 5 and 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, regardless of which time zone we're in as we drive across the country. So I gotta get used to like being up and being functional and getting things done before we start the drives. So that stated, what have I done? Well, I cleared out a couple of my inboxes, which was nice to be able to all right, let's end of year this stuff. Let's clear everything out of there that isn't absolutely necessary. And then additionally, Clintus dropped a 45-minute episode on me, so I worked on that for a half hour, got about 8 or 9 minutes in, which is going to be just kind of what it is, right? It's going to be a 4 or 5 hour work session on that video. Thankfully, I don't have any other videos today, though, so that is it. That is the major work piece. I've got a couple of forms and other things I need to do. I need to deploy a new website and all that kind of stuff, just kind of like on and on and on, but it's all boring stuff that doesn't really affect you guys. So it's kind of one of those things where it's a grinder day because there's just a lot going on. I'm hoping I'll get some technical support regarding the new time tracking tool, which doesn't seem to be working correctly. So I don't know if I programmed it wrong or if something else is just kind of weird about it. Hopefully they'll get back to me at some point today or tomorrow, kind of explaining why I'm not able to start time tracking using the physical device, but I can stop, which is a weird thing. So it is what it is, but that is the point in all of this, and it's another good day. I mean, it's already 11:15 and I'm kicking butt on my to-do list and meditated, and I've already got something like 4,500 steps in, so it's a good start. But I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday as it's being recorded, a great Wednesday if you're watching on day of release. Let's get today started. 3 o'clock at this point. I stopped about 25 minutes ago to break away from the computer screen. I could feel my eyes starting to hurt, which is a function of the fact that I'm looking at screens way too much, and secondarily that it's the end of the month, so my contacts are nearing completion of their month of service. And so I just wanted to sit down here and take a minute and chill out. I'm at 32 minutes of the 45 on Clintus's, so I should be able to get it done in probably another 35, 45 minutes worth of transcribing. The issue with these long vlogs, and this is something that Clint's apologized for profusely over the last couple of days to me privately and on his Twitch streams, is the fact that there's just a ton of crosstalk. You know, the way that Clint and his family and their extended family all interact, it's very on top of one another. It is not very much the way that my family interacts with one another. They talk over one another, heavy crosstalk, call and response, repeating questions multiple times so that everybody can understand and be included in the conversation. And so it's just a lot of crosstalk. And so figuring out kind of what the main piece is can actually take like 15 or 30 seconds, and then you have to go back and actually reweave what you've already transcribed into what the actual subject of the video is speaking to. So it's a very much a back and forth process. But you know, I get one of these a year from Clint, and he is so apologetic about them. He knows that it's a ton of work. He knows that it's 4 to 5 to 7 hours worth of work, all things said and done, in order for me to get these vlogs done. But I do them because I do most every day of his, right? I mean, you know, since I left the overnight gig, I think I've done like something like 60% of his vlogs by hand myself. And I think that that's probably going to go up in the month of January, pending that a couple of things go right/wrong. Kind of one of those where I think it's a real possibility that I'll just be doing more and more of it. So it's kind of one of those things where, you know, I enjoy it. I had a very nice note from somebody in Clintus's Twitch stream today about the fact that they are deaf in one ear, and that they're very likely going to lose their hearing, and the fact that, you know, Clint's is one of those channels that he knows that he's going to be able to watch going forward if he does happen to lose his hearing. because we do the closed captioning. That just, that makes me feel special. And I told that young man that, like, hey, like, here's the deal. Thank Clint, not me. Clint's the guy who pays for it to happen. I just happen to run a company that helps. And so, it does make me feel good, though. And I see those comments about once a month somewhere in Clintus's comment threads when I go back and I just do a quick, like, once over on them. So it is what it is. Break time's almost over, though. I'm at 10,000 steps or so, and I've still got a run that I need to do today, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to, like, get the transcription done. I think I'm going to probably take a serious break at that point, where as a serious break, I will send an email to another client who's doing a big January push. I want to read at least one chapter in my book today, and that's scheduled, quote unquote, by the Kindle reading app to take about 32 minutes for me. So I think I may do that. And then I may do the line leveler because that's going to take a super long time, and go for a run, do my vlog edit, all these other little things. So we'll see. After an hour of walking and doing the line combining, so after I finish the transcription, there's an extra step in there where, especially people are talking over one another, I have to combine those two individual, like, call and response moments into a single caption so that they appear on screen when they're being said. And so as a result, when you have something like this where a bunch of crosstalk all day long in this entire 45-minute video, what normally takes me on a 12-minute video, I'll say like 10-ish minutes in this instance, because it was like 1,500 lines. By the time I got done, I got it down to just over 1,119. And so as a result, that took me an hour. And so I've been walking on the treadmill desk the entire time. The maintenance guy did come in here, change out the battery and the thermostat of all things. He said that's what actually is when it won't fire up like this, that's traditionally what it is. And so it took him like 10 minutes and he was done. So heater back on, yay. File that away for future reference. But the line leveler is running now because it's this slow version that I wrote 2 years ago. And it basically mimics the actions that I was doing by hand, instead of actually looking at it like an individual data set. As a result, this 1,100 plus line thing is going to take like 40 minutes in order to get processed. So I'm thinking, like, what can I do that's productive in this 40-minute period? The first answer is I can go for this run that I'm supposed to go on today. It's 6 p.m., but I'm already at 15,000 steps. So it's like, well, do I want to just save that in my back pocket for tomorrow, save my feet, give my knees, my ankles a little more time, even though, like, I've been walking a ton. Like, running's a different thing for me and tends to have more wiggle, more shake. So maybe I just decide to punt the run tonight, do it tomorrow. And then I was like, well, I could eat dinner. And since about 10:30 this morning, I've had a mad craving for In-N-Out burger. And so I think I'm going to pull the trigger. Even though it's Taco Tuesday, I think I'm going to pull the trigger and go down to In-N-Out. It's rush hour. It's 6 p.m., which sucks because it's normally like a 6-7 minute drive. It's going to take me closer to 20 to get out there, 15 to get back because of the way the traffic is orientated. So I want to do it. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I've earned it. I've worked my butt off on this one today. I think we're coming up on 4 hours on it, all things said and done, of like full out work. Like, not like, oh, okay, I kind of touched it for 4 hours. No, like 4 full, like, tracked hours. So I'm not going to feel bad about buying myself a burger and a milkshake and some fries to make me feel good about a good day's work. And so that'll just give me all the more motivation, especially after really poorly sleeping last night, to, go over and make a pit stop at the grocery store next to that In-N-Out and grab some sleeping pills so that I can be sure that I will be dead to the world no later than 11:30 so that I can be up no later than 7 a.m. So let's get in the car. Let's go. Let's treat myself to a good meal because it's been a big day of work on multiple fronts. All right, guys, approaching 11:45 at this point. The burger was amazing. Obviously, I pulled out my contacts. They are bugging real bad, which makes me very nervous for the next 5 days. I may have to jump into my January set early, which not the best of ideas, but we may have to. This evening has been filled with more and more work. I snuck in a couple of chapters in the book that I've been reading, though, and was, while I was out, able to pick up new sleeping pills. And these ones are different, so hopefully not the nightmare thing that I'm having normally with the other stuff. We'll see. Yeah, I got about, I want to say like 30 minutes into the untimed section. So I got like 10 minutes that is locked down into Clint's Christmas vlog. And so as a result, I've been grinding on kind of fixing the untimed section just by flying through it and just kind of approximately timing things so that I can go through tomorrow and clean those up, hopefully tomorrow morning early. My hope is that I'll be up around 7-ish and be able to get kind of my normal morning routine done before 8 and then start work and do all of that stuff, because I have a bunch of stuff that I didn't do today that I need to, including the deployment of the new website and writing copy and things like that. Just things that just like I need to get done, but I've been putting off because I've been wanting to take care of the caption stuff, because I know that once I clear that and I get back to like day of stuff, things get easier going forward over the course of the next week or so. So that is the target. But thank you guys so much for your time, your attention. As always, I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still. So go do cool stuff. Bye for now.